Hi and welcome. I'm Sandy of Lolly and Sand, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Ontario, Canada. Welcome. Woo, we are going to make a kit today. Don't leave me though. Don't leave me because I'm going to make two cards that when we don't follow the instructions, we call them alternatives. So I'll make two of those. A couple things I want to tell you about. I would love to have you join my team. Why? For a couple of reasons. One, we're lots of fun. We're not allowed to dangle carrots and say you'll get this, 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 and this. But what I can tell you is that we have right now a joining offer that actually gets you even more product. So here's how it works. For $135, no shipping charge on the kit and no tax in most provinces in Canada. You get to choose $206 worth of product. Wow. $135, $206 worth of products. That is a super deal. That's actually $41 more than the regular offer, which is, by the way, the best deal in the catalog. The other thing is you also get a paper pumpkin kit. It'll be a previous one. If you choose to start this as a business, you even get a business kit, and that all comes in it. They don't charge you extra for that. I believe you get catalogs as well. It's like crazy. It's totally worth it. Like I said, we're fun, we're awesome. It's all on my blog. I will leave some links for you and the joining link. All I can tell you is that this is the right time, and I would love to welcome you to our Stamping Inspirations team. So, let's get on with it. So this is the Cozy and Bright kit. It's all inclusive. That means everything except scissors that you need to make this kit is in the box. It's cute too. I just used it. I emptied everything out. I went to a funeral last week, and I thought, well, I've still got part of Thursday night, a little bit of Friday, and then a little bit on Saturday. Why don't I take my paper quilling with me, and it all fit in the box. So perfect. Right now, though, this box has everything. I'm going to take everything out. Number one, there's instructions. One, you can pretty well look at the picture. However, there are instructions, and it tells you for this card you need that, this, two of those. These are, I'm not sure what those are. Oh, I'm sorry, those are dimensionals. That's what pops them up. You need this little ink spot. It's in real red, and you get a acrylic block. And then you just follow along. It just tells you what to do, how to put it together. Now, I might not put it together exactly the way it shows, but it's not considered an alternative. You get all these dimensionals. Wow. You get this trim. It almost looks like the linen trim. I think it is, actually. This is the little ink spot. You'll notice I haven't opened it because I like to keep these and give them away as prizes and things with prizes. So I'm using my full ink pad. This will do all the cards, and you'll have lots left for lots of other cards. These are the stamps. So it's not just one stamp, there's a bunch. And what I did is I actually, I stamped some of them so I could see what they said. Look at that. I think you can see that. Look at that wonderful font. All is cozy and bright. Celebrate the season. May this holiday warm your heart. Aren't you glad it's Christmas? There's also Happy Christmas and a joyous new year. And there's also, here's what the card looks like when it's made up. Something happened to my bow. I think I pulled too hard on one of them. There we go. So wishing you a Merry Christmas. Is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's all 6. So you get 6 of these. And you just keep using them after too. So you can use them for next year's Christmas cards. So I did this. That's I used Evening Evergreen for that one. Okay, now this is cool because they peel off. How easy is that? Super easy. Okay, so you get a bunch of those, and then you get the kind that you push out. Clearly, I've used some. cinnamon sticks. Cinnamon sticks and cinnamon are very trendy right now. All right, check out the cute envelope. Like, isn't that adorable? Love it. Love it. I'm going to set those up there because I don't actually need those right now. Here's the block. Oh, this was me practicing other stuff. This is what your sentiments would be stamped on. So you just take these out. Well, I take them out because I can't see the white on white, and I like to see all the way around. I am actually going to need one of those, so I'm going to take it out right now, and we'll move that aside. The card bases are beautiful. So this is Evening Evergreen and an assortment of other colors. The inside's white. You can stamp your sentiment in there as well. Anyway, all you would have to do is just fold them. And let me see, was that at the bottom? That's the bottom. So I'm going to, move those aside and get the pieces I need to make a standard card. It's already got the score line, so all I have to do is fold it in half. Now, if you have a bone folder, great. If you don't, there's a whole bunch of things you can use. Like, this is my nail polish. It's a flat edge and it's clean, and I could do that and get it to lay flat. So if you don't have one, I do recommend them, mind you, because you can also score with this end. But if you don't have it, use what you have. Okay, we'll keep this out. And I want to use this sheet because we'll use up one sheet first. So these are so easy. You just pull them out. Oh, I do apologize for my video not being yesterday again. If you saw my post on Instagram and Facebook, it's because the family was sick and I had my grandson all day and he wore me out. I mean, I'm trying my darndest not to catch anything because I have a wedding this weekend. My niece is getting married and I really want to go. Okay, so, oh, the block. Get the block. I need the block. Okay, and I'm going to use sentiments. Here they are. Which one haven't I used? I'm going to use this one. May this holiday warm your heart. So let's find it. Now, if you wonder if I've used these, why are these a different color? Because I used Evening Evergreen for these, and I used Real Red for this. So may your holiday, may this holiday. I can read. Where are you hiding? Why can't I see you? Oh, good gracious. It's the one right in front of me. Alrighty. Oh, you know what? It's wider this way. So this is a rectangle. You'll notice this is a little bit different than our regular blocks because these are the blocks that come with kits. I should have started from scratch, and that means when you take your sentiment off the plastic, let it lay flat for a couple seconds, and then pick it up with your block. Okay? The reason we do that is to let it rest, because sometimes if you've pulled on them, and I'm guilty, I wonder if I could do that with one of these. Let's try this one. If you're guilty of it, well, that's not going to work, but it'll be like a little bit, you know, off, and you don't want it to stamp incorrectly. It won't be you doing that, it'll be it. Now remember, I always say when you're using photopolymer, you need to put something underneath. Lately, I've been using my silicone mat, and I'm like, oh, this isn't going to work, and guess what? It worked. It worked. I just want to pick that up again. When I took that out, I noticed there was a little tab sticking up. I have to move this a little bit closer to me, so hopefully you'll be able to see still. Move that back. And like I said, I'm going to use this. The dots are really simple to use. Oh, did I leave it in the box? No, here it is. All you would do, it doesn't really matter which end, but I like to do this end, is you just split that, say with your fingernail or scissors maybe, just give it a little zip across and then open it up. Leave this side on, and then when you're inking up, we'll pretend this is open. You're just going to go all the way across. It is sticking a bit, so I did. I know, well, I did stamp with it because it's, you know, right there, but I must have given it a really good clean. So let's hope I don't mess this up. Everybody in the video? The other reason it's nice to use that little block because you don't end up with ink all the way around, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. So when you are using your big ink pad, just make sure you just keep it absolutely level. If you go like this, you're going to get ink on it. So who would use these kits? Well, it is absolutely fantastic for new stampers. There's not a lot. Everything fits in the box. It doesn't take up a lot of space. You have everything you need to make the card, so the investment's pretty small. Oh, isn't that pretty? I love the way these stamp. Wow. Look at that. My handwriting isn't as pretty as that, but it's still not bad. Another reason to use kits, you got busy all fall and all of a sudden you realize, uh-oh, I haven't done my Christmas cards. These are fast. It only takes longer on video because I talk a lot. Okay, so here's our base. Now we can put it together. So I need one of these. Oops, wait. Oh, I did. Yeah, I peeled it already a little bit. That's why it's like not peeling properly. There we go. So it looks like, now if I was to follow the picture, and I'll bring that back in for you. I know it's got a bit of a glare, but that's okay. So if I follow the picture, it comes up to the bottom of these leaves and over here to these berries. So if I kind of just went like, okay, there's no berry there, so I'll just go right there. Now this one, I'm trying to think, did they want it popped up? They do want it popped up already. And I need some of these, and I need this. Okay, we'll just open it up. The way they show you to put the dots, these on is 1, 2, 3. And I mean the dimensionals, pardon me, the dimensionals. I tend to be a little more generous than that. Alrighty. And I know on one instruction, by the way, right here, it looks like they want you to put the trim around the cinnamon stick. I could not make that work. I give. So I gave, I gave in. And this is the way I always start these, by the way. I just push up from underneath. Yeah, 3 should be enough. Alrighty, and we can put that on. Anyway, you get lots of these, and the other thing is you can cut all of this around here and use all of this. Always use the edges as well. That's a dimensional as well. Oh, take off number 3. There we go. And by looking at the photo again, go back to the front page, back to the front page. Well, that's a little harder to tell because it's there. But what I'm going to do, I can see this underneath, and they're not in the exact same spot, but I can see this leaf underneath. So I'm going to make it so you can see both these leaves here. I just think that looks pretty. Okay. This, we're going to wait. We're going to get our cinnamon stick, and we also have 2 of these. And I'm going to slip in one right here. I just think this is so pretty. And like I said, it's on trend too. Oh yeah, I wasn't quite done. Who else uses these kits? Experienced stampers. We get in a hurry too, you know? And the thing is, well, I will show you something in a little bit. Okay, for this, I'm going to put this down a bit on an angle. Let me just see. How am I going to do that? Or do it this way. That would be nice because then you can see that. So I'm going to be putting a dimensional here and here. Alrighty. So I will get my trusty scissors, but I am going to use the outside right now. These are not my usual snips. I took, okay, I can't find a pair. I took one for my quilling because they're perfect for paper quilling. And I like them because of the sharp point, and that's what you need when you're doing little Frenched flowers like me. If you missed that post, it's on Instagram. And I just want to make sure I get that in the right spot. I still want to see the leaf, so I'm going to go on a big angle. There we go. If I have to, I'll add one there as well, but I'm not sure I do. Anyway, I show 1/8 of an inch flower on the end of my finger that I've cut into that 1/8 of an inch paper halfway to 1/16. It's crazy, crazy. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna make the bow. This doesn't even have to come out of the package really, but you can. Now, I like to be generous with my bows, and I also have lots of ribbon. Some people do bunny ears, but I'm finding making a loop like this, and also I do mine left-handed, so this might not make sense, apparently. Around my thumb, and then here's my other loop right here. I'm just making it. I'm trying to get it to not fold over 4 different directions. And then we put it through here. That center loop is huge right now. Come on. And there we go. Now we just pull, and we pull, and we pull. Then I'm going to pull this, and then we pull. Oh, I like when they're rounded like that. If I could get both like that, I would be a happy camper. I'm not sure I like that, though. I'm not sure I really like that. I always try to size the bow to go along with what is here. So none of this is really big, so I don't want a ridiculously huge bow. Oh, I know why they wanted it wrapped around, because then you don't need to do what I'm doing, which is searching around for my glue dots. Now I only want half this glue dot. I'm not being cheap. I just only want half. Oh, both halves came off though, because that's all this needs. Come to Sandy. By the way, I say that when I'm working alone too. Come to Sandy. Come to Sandy. Alrighty. So if you need to wrap it around, if you don't have glue dots, and you'll make it work. I got impatient. I know. When does that happen? Don't be impatient. Don't be impatient. Everything's good. And do I want this? I think I want this kind of here, because I can see these. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So let me just double check. Okay, definitely need a couple there. So on that side, so we'll go 1 and 2. It needs the support. And then before taking the backing off, and get that up there. And I can put one under here, like a little piece. So I'm going to cut from here again. I'm just going to cut a little strip and check again to see where it goes, which is like right there. Alrighty, let's do this. See how easy that is? Did you know, though, that you can actually get 24 cards out of this set? Now, you need a few supplies, but you can. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Look at the gold accents. Little pine cones. It's just so pretty and easy. And you can make these with your friends, too. That's what's really cool, is get together with your friends. And there's 12 cards in the pack. Mix 6 each, or get with more friends and make more. Okay, I'm going to show you another one. Oh, but I'm going to show you how I cut it. Okay, so here's my paper trimmer. I'm going to try and make sure you can see this area. So here's the card base. I haven't folded it because I'm not going to. I'm going to cut it. So I know that I'm going to put on a card that is, the card base is 4 1/4 wide. So I'm going to see if I can do 4 1/8 and see how that looks. So there's one cut. And then this is also going to be too long. It's 5 1/2, and I need it to be 5 3/8. So move it to the 3/8 line, 3/8 line, and there you go. There's my little piece. I'm going to continue and cut this one, and then we'll make both the cards. You see, I just took off. We'll do it that way. Ever so little. Ever so little. But here we go. Alrighty. So again, I want this. I'm going to want it to end up at a certain. I want it to be at 4 1/8. I may have done this one. Let me just double check. I may have done it at 4. No, I got 4 1/8. Okay, so we're going to take. There's 4 1/4 right there. Yep. So I'm going to take off an 8. Let me move that over. It's just not quite in the right spot. A tiny little bit off that, so that's an 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to come to this side and see what we can do. I can get, it's going to get really close to the berry, so I may have to do a little bit of a cheat there and move it over. I mean, if it's off by ever so tiny, there's the little red bit on the end of the berry, so not the end of the world. Alrighty, and then I'm going to do the same here. So I want it to end up at 5 3/8. So I'm going to take a little bit here. And a little bit more, so let's get it to the 5 and to the line and take a little bit off there. It's just a little tiny bit. If I need to do more, I will. So let's start with this one. Again, my base is, so I'm using basic white. My base is 4 1/4 wide by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2. And I'll show you. Here we are again with my nail polish. Even this would work, but if you've got any ink on it, don't do it. Okay, so that's my base. What I did this time, though, I think you can see that. I was gonna say, I did turn my light on, but it's like way over. Just a sec. Oh, I almost totally forgot. There. And okay, there we go. You can see it. Nope, you can see it on this side. I used my Stitched Greenery die, so it doesn't cut it, but it makes lots of little holes in it. And I just thought that looked really pretty. So that goes on the card. And I am going to use Seal. I'm not sure how much I have left. Like I said, I've seen people do the entire outside. I find that to be unnecessary. And not like I'm a tightwad, but really, you don't want to use up your supplies that quickly. Oops. Sometimes you have to forward it a little bit until it catches. Oh, come on. Oh, I did hear it. There we go. I did hear it. I just wasn't listening. Okay, so this just needs a tiny little border. Tiny, tiny, tiny. And there we go. Beautiful. So for this one, I decided I would still use an orange. And I'll bring in the other pieces. I've stamped the sentiment, so Happy Christmas and a Joyous New Year. That's in Evening Evergreen. So I still use the same sentiment piece. I also cut from the, oh, what's the name of it? Hollyberry dies, which is from Leaves of Holly. I cut some leaves in basic white, and I cut some sprigs, which are all in the same die set, in the gold. I thought that looked really pretty. So what I was thinking, this is a long piece. I have something on there. I hope it's not from my hands, but I'll cover it if I need to, like so. So if this is here, we don't have to worry about the ends. If we were just putting this on, then I would snip off the ends. But we're not. We're gonna jazz it up a bit. Kind of like so. If I change my mind, I change my mind. I was on the fence with this. So first thing I'm going to do is, I don't even have glue with me. Okay. Boy, oh boy, when she cleans up. 1 second. I do have glue, and I hope this is one that's going to work. I'm trying to use up all my old glue from classes. We'll find out very soon if it's working. Alrighty, and remember my thing. You don't need a lot. You don't want it gushing out. You definitely do not want to see it. It will show up on the green and be shiny, and you're not gonna like that. So I'm gonna go as high as I can on the card. There we go. And then same with these guys. Apparently I did pick the right glue. Yay! It's the third card I really want you to see because I haven't designed it. Well, I haven't designed this one either, let's be clear. I have the pieces. Oh yeah, we were going to cover up whatever that was. Alrighty, and here. So yeah, if you cut these cards in half and do a little bit to it, like I did, a little bit of embossing or whatever works for you, you're going to have some really cool cards. Alrighty, so let's see if we put the orange. Oh, Hey, I forgot to hold them for a second. When you're not using a ton of glue, you need to be a little more patient than Sandy. Than me. Okay, so yeah, still up in the air, but I kind of like it. I like the contrast against here. Iffy on that. Okay, and I think this will probably go right about here. Do I need this? Yes or no? I kind of like it as another element, so I am going to leave it. Everybody's going to get popped up. Well, everybody being relative. I'm still going to use these guys. You know what? A really simple way to make your cards even prettier is to pop things up. It's as simple as that. A flat card is a flat card, but you pop it up and all of a sudden you have a wow. It's strange that these little dimensionals can do that, but they do. They have that power. They do. Okay, so this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue dot under here. Actually, I don't even have to pop it up. I'm just going to use glue dots. And do I have my take your pick tool? I do. Okay, if you don't want to get stuff on your fingernails, or if you don't want to, or if you're like me and just cut them short, then use something like the take your pick tool. If you don't have a take your pick tool, you can use the end of scissors. You just want to be careful. That's all. Let's get that little piece under. I know I had more embellishments and I think I put them away because I had this huge mess going and I went to clean it up. All right, I know this is going to be about here. So I'll figure out where those go last. Pop up this side. And oops, that is a Sharpie. Sharpies are not good for taking dimensionals off and gluey things. You know what I really like about this stamp set? Is that straight? Yes. Is how beautifully it's stamped. And I know I said it, and I don't want to be a broken record, but wow, it's stamped so nice, so nice. Maybe I could just put 2 here. I'm thinking about it. Not sure I'm liking that. Maybe they need to touch other things. That's usually one of the rules, is have things touching. I think I'll put both up here, but I'll lean them over that direction because we've got enough going on down here. So again, back to the glue dots. I always have to, if I don't see them, I just have to feel for them. Okay, one there. And under you go. Nobody will see that little glue dot. Under you go. And I want to keep them at different lengths. I think they're 2 different ones. I know there's 2 different sizes. I'm just not sure if this one has 2 different sizes. Another hint, and you've seen me with this hundreds of times, is to put a little ribbon around your glue dots, and that will keep it, in case you drop it on the floor, ask me how I know, it'll keep it from rolling all apart, and you definitely don't want it to do what I've done. 1 second while I get out my box of goodies. Now, I have gold, so I really don't think I'm going to use my silver on it. I have these, and this one doesn't have the berries, which are a different color, so maybe we can use a few of these. Oh, I can hear my grandson. Apparently he didn't nap. 1, 2, 3, just like a little, that should do it. All right, and we'll just set that aside. So you could also use your Wink of Stella, and maybe we'll do that at the end. Okay, next thing, we'll go to the next card. There's that card again with the pieces on it. Same base as the first one, so we won't go over the measurements on that again. And we'll put this on. So here we go. Apparently this little flick with the seal helps it, I don't know if it pushes it forward or what, but it seems to work at holding or having the glue come out, the strip of glue, I should say. Okay, I do want this to go this direction. on we go. So yeah, I actually have 2 of these kits, and I do have Christmas card. Whoopsie, up a little higher. This one I did cut smaller. Ha! I did. Top to bottom, it's smaller. Oh, you are so coming off of there. You are coming off because that is not where I wanted it. Oh, I hope I didn't wreck it. I don't think I can, I don't think from here. Oh, I can pull it up. Here we go. Pull, pull, pull. Oh, that worked beautifully. Okay, let's do this. Okay, it's about 1/8 of an inch from the top to the bottom. So clearly I made it the same width as the other one, but I did not make it the same height as the one you saw me cut. That's fine. There. Oh, get over. So now I can press down. Alrighty, so I do have these, more of these sprigs. And this time what I did is I used one of the Stylish Shapes dies, the round one, and I used, as you can see, it's one of the scalloped from the layering circles. And I know it's very plain in here, but I actually really like it. You don't have to go nuts so crazy, you know? I did have, where did I put it? Oh, I got all nice and neat and put a couple things away. So this is the Simply Elegant trim where you get the silver and the gold in the package. And I wondered if we couldn't just do a little something something under it. I don't want it to be like so gold that it's like, that's too much. But let's do this. Get the seal. I always run just a couple of strips across the back. You can use glue dots too, but I just find the seal works really nice. Very nicely. And we're bent. Oh, you know why it's bent on the end? Because I do this. See that little cut right there? That keeps it from rolling, coming off the roll. That's why it has that little bend right there, but we'll use that to our advantage. We're not going to waste it. Alrighty, and yes, I did just put that down. You know what should be here is this. Alrighty, so it goes that way. So I want this, and we're going to make this, and we're going to make a loop. We're just going to make some loops on the back, and we might go to the top too. I'm not sure. Well, yeah, we for sure are going to go to the top. So let's finish this one, and those little teensy scissors. I don't know that we need to go to the top. Let's just double check. Yeah, no, you know what? I think that's overkill. We're not going to go to the top. This isn't quite as big, but I found this was the right size. It's not quite as big as I would have liked. Did I not have that end sticking down a second ago? Okay, if you have an uncooperative piece of trim, take a glue dot. There's always ways around it. Think of yourself as a flower arranger and think of how beautifully they can make, or a basket maker, how beautifully they can make things look, and everything's hidden behind so nobody sees it. That's what you can do. As long as it's not lumpy, go for it. All right. And hey, you stick down. Sandy says stick, you stick. 1, 2, 3. You can tell I'm getting this on my fingers. This is sticky, but that's okay. I hadn't decided where I was putting things because this is a card on the fly. It really is. Although I have a couple pieces done. So we'll just kind of go there. I'd like it to be straight. There we go. And then I have 3, and I want 3. So we have 2 small, wait. Okay, they go this way and that way. The fact that you can see that, I just want to cover that up, that it's not quite attached. And we'll do another one, but face it over there. Groovy. All right. Yeah, I just said groovy. Unbelievable. I was just a little kid in the 60s. Just a little sprite. There we go. And the beauty of the glue dots, again, is you can move them around. Move whatever you need. And should I do one here? 'Cause see, that's sticking out, and I don't want that to be seen, so I think I will put one down here. And then I'm out of them. I only cut enough for the 2 cards. but it doesn't have to be identical top and bottom. You know, when you drive down a street and all the houses look the same, you know, kind of cookie cutter, that's not what we're going for. I grew up on a street that was new, that my parents had bought in the late 50s. And all they did with the design is like flip it this way, flip it that way. So, but there's different brick, thankfully. Alrighty, so here we go. Isn't that pretty? And you can still put whatever you have in your stash. So mine is such a big mess, and they may not even be all new. No, I don't think so. It's already got the shine. I have butterflies. I don't want those. I have these copper. What about these guys? That might be interesting. These are the champagne, wait. Yes, champagne rhinestones. Let's just see what it looks like. Sometimes you just have to try it, right? And see how it looks. Like, I don't have a problem with gold and silver being together. So silver in this kind of coppery color, or gold, I should say. I don't have a problem with it. It's kind of like, what did she do? What is she thinking? Hey, I kind of like that. That's the way I look at it. You do what looks good to you, but use your dimensionals for sure. Everything, what I've used today, everything is available at my online store. If you live in Canada, two things. One, I would love for you to join my team. And two, especially now, oh, that's special. The starter kit special only runs till October 31st. Don't wait till the last bit. If you have any issues signing up, sometimes, you know, if it times out on you, then you definitely are going to need some help. I was going to put some more of these guys on, and then I just dropped them on the floor. So I don't think I am. Oops. Anyway, there we are. I think this one needs a little more bling. I do. I feel like I need to put something on it, like, you know, whether I have, remember how I've just used a glue dot and just put a glue dot here and put it underneath and just had some ends sticking out, or I can go around this or something. I need to do something. I will figure that out. It'll be in the photos that I'll be doing. So this card is the back of the card, like so, but we fixed it so we could have 12 cards, and you can glam this up any way you want. You can put this over here, you know, the options, but use what's in the kit for sure. But your options are they're unlimited. Just play with it and go for it, basically. So, yeah, shop with me if you can. Join my team. And if you're from another country or in Canada, you already have yourself a demonstrator, that's perfectly fine. You would be doing me a huge favor simply by sharing my video, commenting, and such. And do check out, I'll have all the links to my Instagram and Facebook and all that. And if you're from Canada and you don't have a demonstrator, but you don't want to sign up right now, that's okay. Sign up for my newsletter and you'll know when things are happening. That makes sense, doesn't it? But yeah, whatever works best for you. I will see you again. I know it's usually Tuesdays, and this is now Wednesday, and hopefully I can, you know, get everything photographed as the sun is starting to go away a little bit. 4:45 now at night. But I'll try and get the photos and get the blog post up as well. I'm working on it. So have yourself a wonderful week. Send us some good thoughts they're already sick, the rest of the household, that I don't get sick, so I can actually go to the wedding. Or maybe I won't because I don't want to take any germs with me. I don't know. Anyway, I will see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.